Hey hallo, leuk dat je kijkt. Deze video gaat over de soul reading die ik heb gedaan samen met Sophie van The Place. Sophie is een hele bijzondere vrouw. Ze spreekt geen Nederlands, dus die soul reading ging door in het Engels, hoewel zij als moedertaal Frans heeft. Ik heb haar gevonden op Instagram. Ik hoorde mooie dingen van Jessica de Blok en ook van Annette Witte van de Spiritual Femme. En ik kon niet wachten om bij haar een soul reading te doen. Ik heb ongeveer 2 maanden mogen. Je weet, ik hou niet van moeten. Nee, ik heb denk ik in december een afspraak gemaakt en ik kon dan doorgaan in februari. Dus de wachttijd was toen 2 maanden. En ik heb daar, even kijken, €121 voor betaald. Sophie heeft daarvoor een uurtje voorbereidend werk gedaan. Dus ik moest mijn geboortedatum en plaats doorsturen. Omdat zij werkt op basis van je geboortehoroscoop. Dus hoe de planeten stonden. Hè. Er wordt een foto genomen van alles. Zo is dat in de astrologie en in nog veel meer dingen, human design en zo. Dus daar werkt zij mee. Ze is geen astrologe. Ze is wel een hele interessante, inspirerende mevrouw. Dus als je haar nog niet kent, nog niet volgt, ga dat zeker doen. Ik zou heel veel kunnen vertellen, maar het mooie is, ik heb de soul reading opgenomen. Dus die heeft plaatsgevonden via Zoom. En als je €5 bijbetaalde, die zij trouwens integraal naar een goed doel geeft, dan kon je het opnemen en later terug bekijken. Ik probeer dat altijd te doen in alles van mijn healings, readings en persoonlijke ontwikkeling. Wel op afstand via Zoom, omdat ik dat een ontzettende meerwaarde vind om dat later zelf nog eens terug te herbekijken of te herbeluisteren. Ik ben een heel auditief persoon, ik hoor dat wel heel graag. Ik wil niet afgeleid worden door te schrijven op dat moment. Maar er is zoveel informatie dat ik dat heel fijn vind om dan nadien nog terug te bekijken. Dus dat is heel persoonlijk, heel intiem, maar ik vond het heel belangrijk omdat ik wil heel veel taboes doorbreken. Hè. Delen is helen, dus alles wat over mij gaat, dat mag je zien. Op een bepaald moment hebben we het ook over andere personen en dat ga ik er omwille van de privacy uitknippen. Maar ik wens je heel veel plezier met een fragmentje van mijn soul reading.
Sorry, I will say it again.
Yes,
I think
please.
it's recording, so you're an interesting cookie.
Thank you.
And first I'm going to tell you how the moment is going to go. When I ask for your birth details, I have a feeling that you already did an astro reading before. Just so you know, I am not an astrologer, but I use your birth details to create your birth chart. So you know how it looks like. It's this beautiful wheel. And I just enjoy the language of the stars. And basically what I do is that I have been preparing you for the hour before. I have spent with you quite some time. You think about like 50 minutes with you and your energy and with your aura and with your soul, excuse me. And basically what happens with this birth chart is that I look at who you are in your astral persona, but what it's really interesting for me is to go like beyond it, to go behind the curtains. So I tap into certain placements in your birth chart. And what I do is that I ask for this placement, I ask for your planets to tell me what is up about you. So the first part is the part that I call the karmic part. It's the part that I'm going to like really tell you everything that I have discovered when I was walking with you in this journey of your soul. Keep in mind that this is your moment. It belongs to you. I'm just the bridge between you and your higher self and your spirit team. So don't hesitate at any moment to stop me if something is unclear or if it doesn't make any sense at all. You're not going to offend me. You're not going to offend them. This is yours. It's your precious moment. All right.
Okay.
So the next 20-30-ish minutes, I'm going to talk a lot because I have a lot to tell you. I received a lot of messages. And then the second part is more a part that is connected to your reality and is connected to, we're going to light up your reality and see how we can unblocked things or what is like on your path. No fortune telling, of course, but it's more like, what do they want me to tell you for right now? So first understanding who you are on a karmic level, then seeing who you are here. I have to say that the first thing that happened when I connected with you, it was really insight about your reality. So I was, first of all, it was like really interesting because you took me in many, many, many places of who you are, you know, like super interesting. You took me there, and I was like really navigating with you like through different places in who you are. But at some point I had to tell you like, stop a sec, like, can you just slow down? Because you're just showing me stuff on the surface, but I need to dive beyond. And when I said that, something happened inside of your soul, and I could feel your inner child extremely scared and started to like feel very, 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 very small. And it was like, I'm not sure I'm ready to go into this part of my soul. I was just like, okay, fine, I'm going to follow you and you will take me to places where you want me to be with you. So your inner child was really like very cautious about the people that is like letting in. There's also this very strong desire inside of you. So wait, also you're absolutely allowed to tell me, Sophie, focus, because when I see you and I look at your aura, I remember stuff that I have been seeing. So if it goes through like everywhere, you can say like, come back here, Sophie, I don't understand shit. Okay. Don't hesitate. So I was telling you the first thing when I was diving with you, it was like your reality. And I felt the image that I felt for you right now, it was like multiple cups. I think it was, let me just like go back to that moment. I think it was like 8 cups in front of me, and I could feel your body slowly moving through each of the cups, trying to feel in which direction you're supposed to go. So basically right now, what is happening is that your Ascendant Master is throwing a lot of possibilities inside of you, and you have to make a choice. Now it's about choosing, which seems a little bit complicated, knowing that you're interested in many stuff and that you're keen to help people, because you're a healer also, like you're meant to like heal. But I will come back to that, like to the healer part. But this thing is really about like, no, 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 no. Right now, you need to channel your energy into one thing. So really make a choice. And it goes back always to your inner child, because when I felt that energy and that guidance from your spirit guide, I could feel your inner child a bit like defeated, you know? It was a bit like, oh no, I have to choose. So many possibilities, but I have to choose. But by choosing, you're actually setting yourself in motion for something higher. It's strongly related also with your, I don't know, your communication, you and others, you and your presence with others. This was like really the first thing. It never really happens that I have an insight of reality so soon. Usually it happened when we dive into the card, but like this, it was really like, boom, you have to tell her this. She needs to make a choice. Now she's a bit too everywhere. And then the second thing that I felt, you took me straight into the 2 first chakras. And at some point, so I spent really like 15 minutes with there, like solid 15 minutes with you there, because I really felt this thing inside of you in your 2 first chakra. So I was really holding my uterus and I was really like trying to connect with you to see what is happening. And I felt you like breathing, you know, like really slowly breathing and being galvanized by the thing around you. But I couldn't feel that energy flowing into this 2 first chakras. I couldn't feel this energy flowing into that place. And I was like, okay, there's something, because there's also something cooking for you there. Like your, I'm going to use that word because this is the word that they have been giving me, but there's like, you're birthing something. You have this thing in your womb that like you're birthing, like that you have been cooking, and it's almost like you're being really impatient for it to come like into life. but it's not coming into life. Like it's not coming into your reality, into your life right now. And it's because of something so simple. And this is one of your guides. So you have an ascendant master. So it's your ascendant master is basically the person with who you sign up with when you decide to reincarnate on this plane. And he's the one like really following you in your journey. You have been traveling together for many past lives. And one time he is your ascendant master, one time you are, it really depends. But then you have like other spirit guides that are around you, and you have one of them, which is there is no such thing as gender, you know, but the way that they appear to us so we can understand, of course, they come with like a sort of face and a gender. And for you, you have a tribe of women behind you. And I have goosebumps when I say that, because some of the women part of your tribe is women that were part of your family, but also women that you have been the mother to in other past lives. And one of this guy that just showed up to me, I think you have been her mother in a past life. And that came through when I was tapping into this wound and trying to feel like how come it's blocked. And she just said in a very velvet, super beautiful voice, it almost felt like pearls dropping on you, dropping on your crown chakra. And she said, it's now time to love yourself. You forgot to love yourself along the way. And I'm like goosebumping all the way, because when she said that, I almost started to cry, because I went back to your inner child and you took me back to one of your past life, which was probably your biggest trauma. It's not probably, it was your biggest trauma. And that image was you're that really small little girl, like not a baby, not a toddler, but between toddler and child. So you could have a really perception of what the world was around. And you just saw your two parents, your mom and your dad, dying in front of you, and you were left alone. And you were like, you know, it was raining really dark, and at some point you saw this thing and your world just like turned into darkness. And you made it through lives after lives after lives. You made it through, and you built it everything along the way because you had to survive. But you survived, you built it, you learned how to be independent, you learned how to be smart, but never learned how to love yourself. So you loved other people along the way. You taught yourself how to like pour yourself into other people, to help other people, but never your heart. And it's funny because I was like really surprised that I was not here in your heart chakra, but I was really into your identity, into who you are as a woman. And that identity of who you are as a woman is that, yeah, you have to learn how to love yourself, because you have this fire in you. You're like you're really ambitious, and you're really good side, you know, like not the European way of talking about ambition, but more like the American way of talking about ambition, you know, like the vibrant, the positive ambition, the one that really wants to like create your queendom in a way. And you really also want to live a life that you have a mark on the world. You want to be different than other people, which you are different than other people. And you appear very strong, very confident, but deep down, like really when I was traveling to your spine, you know, like the more I was going down, 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 the more I could feel that you were protecting extremely yourself, because your ground of loving yourself, no one has ever taught you that. And this is exactly the lesson of where you are in this life. And I have no idea what you're doing in this life. And you're probably, because this thing with the tribe and the women, it felt like a sort of mirroring, you know, like we're always living on multi-dimensions at the same time. And it felt like when I was seeing this whole tribe and these women, like it almost felt like a village, and you in the middle, really navigating between all the roles. I could sense that it was a sort of mirror of what you're doing in this life already. And you're like, you're part of the tribe and you're part of the healer, and you're really here to, when I asked, like I looked into Chiron, and Chiron in astrology is the wounded healer. So basically your biggest wound is your greatest talent. And I looked into that comet because it's a comet, and I asked to it, and I'm like, now tell me, I need something tangible. Tell me what is for talent. And I wrote, your talent is to help people to let go of limited beliefs. So you have this capacity through your voice, through your heart, through your eyes, to help them to let go of things that are stuck, which is an irony in a way, because this is exactly what you need to learn too, And there were like also things, it felt also like here in this life, like you have been through like some challenges, and it was not always easy to position yourself into the world. It was not always easy to define yourself into the world, because you have this thing inside of you that's spirituality is extremely attracting, but at the same time, you have been quite disappointing. You want to be there, but you want to be here. You want family, but you want independence. You want others, but you want me. Like there's this thing between like you not finding yourself into that space. And I don't know, it felt like it was strongly related to this life and to something that happened when you were younger, and maybe something that happened with your father, or he was absent, or he was passive, or he didn't give you like the push that we're expecting from fathers. I don't know, like this relationship between you and your father and the father energy in this life. This is something that it has been like really clinging in this life. And then there's this thing also inside of you that it was the thing. I'm pausing because the way that they communicate with you, it's so precise that I have to pause because it's almost mind blowing. Like I don't even need to translate, or I don't even need to like try to find a way to translate the metaphors. The way that they really talk to you is like extremely straight to the point. And it's probably due to the fact that your sun is in Gemini and that your moon is in Aries, is that you don't have time for bullshit, like you're here for a good time, for a sweet ride, but you want to know where you're going. But that's the thing, is that you don't know where you're going because you're meant to change very often. You're also meant to make peace with yourself, with your change of emotions and your change of interest and your change of aspiration. Like I said to you, you're a curious cookie. You're meant to stay that cookie. You're meant to like be that cookie that flow in the world and just stay curious, stay hungry, and not define yourself into a specific label. And for that, one of your other guys, this one was like she was very, 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 very old, and she had all this drawing on her face. It was very hard for me to hear what she was saying because it was a sort of whisper and the language of the heart. And she really said something very interesting for you in your professional purpose, because it seems like it's also something taking a lot of not of space, but it's giving you a lot of energy, but it's also taking a lot of your energy in a way that for now it's flowing, but not as much as you would like to. And she was saying you're asked to find your answers within your heart. There's so much for you to discover within your heart. The way that you relate to others, the way that you have your partnership with others, the way that you love others. Everything for you is to be found in your heart. It's almost like you have this treasure inside of you and it has been open since forever. And you have been like looking everywhere, but not here. And she was just saying like so softly, all the answers that you're looking for are in your heart. And I don't know what you are in human design, but I had a feeling that you were a generator, because when because when she said that, I'm like, oh, she's probably a generator. Because basically the generator, I love generators because your life is, you're meant to create stuff that are like life-changing for other people. And your life is simple because you just have to follow things that you love. You have this endless energy inside of you, you generators, that you're capable of move mountains like 7 days a week, non-stop, as long as you do what you love. This is how you get your energy. This is actually your abundance of energy. When you put things that you love out there, the universe gives it back to you endlessly. So note for yourself, the moment that you like feel, oh, I'm depleted, or oh no, like I'm super tired today, think of like, what am I doing in my life that doesn't spark desire, doesn't spark joy anymore inside of me? I love it because it's a recipe, it's an alchemy inside of you, which is so simple, yet we forgot how to get in touch with it. Also, something else with you is that after that, I really like to also look into your destiny number. So I look into your destiny number and I calculate your numerology because I really want to sort of fine tune in a way your soul purpose. And you have this, and now everything makes sense. Wait, remind me destiny number, but first I have to tell you something. It's really important that you put your feet in the water, or at least that you connect to water. You're extremely bond to water. It's taking you back to like safe places that you have built for yourself in past lives. It's also, of course, the emotion, the heart, and your feminine energy. So water is really important. And also, they have been sending you, or one of your spirit has been sending you a very specific symbol. It's a crescent moon. It's a tiny, 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 tiny crescent moon, you know, like just a little croissant. Super tiny. And it's almost like she has been sending to you in places, unexpected place, but it's, I don't know, I don't want to say daily, but it's like, whoa, the moment that I saw that sign, it felt like it was, she has been sending you already millions of them. So look for the crescent moon. All right, focus back to your destiny number. So you have the beautiful destiny number, which is the number 6. And the number 6, we say that these people who have decided to reincarnate on this plane, we call them the healer of love. And you know, like when I calculated it and I saw it, I was just like, yep, of course. It all makes sense, you know. The healer of love. And you know, like the number 6, when you look at it, it almost looks like a pregnant woman. Like there is this womb, like the pregnancy, and it's really about like birthing things, creating things, loving people, teaching them how to love. But for you, I looked at it and it took me back again to that very first past life. It's the only past life that I saw of you, you know, like this thing about like you need to love yourself. And what happened is that I usually do automatic writing when I tap into your destiny number and I just let it channel through the automatic writing. And the first thing that I wrote, and now I see it and I discover it again with you, it's in capital letters and I wrote love yourself. And I wrote it 3 times. So 3 times is really like the number of the Trinity getaway. We say it 3 times in order to like really pass through portals. And they told me you have to make room in this life to nurture yourself. You must always give love back to you. You're here to uplift others, but it always starts with you. You're here to feel the love, to love freely, to love generously, but it starts with you. Everything starts with you. And when I'm saying this right now, I see again the keys because I have been like writing this and like I was seeing a lot of keys flowing also. So pearls, keys, you know, like you have a lot of really nice omens transmitted to you and your activation codes. And the key that almost feels like this is your key. This is your key for the success that you're seeking, for the expansion that you're seeking. The moment you truly, truly love yourself, that you rebuild this, the first pillar of your, it's safety. I'm really thinking about safety, like your root chakra doesn't feel safe. And the moment you just like go back there, acknowledge it, and start slowly, this is where like things are going to expand. The things are really about to expand for you too. You know, the things about the choices that I saw. Because I pulled one tarot card, and it's the only tarot card that I pull, and it's what I call the soul medicine. It's the soul medicine of where you are right now. And for you, it's the Nine of Cups. So it's this card. And it's the card saying that you're, you know, it's the card of achievement, but it's almost saying like the moment of gratitude. So it's about like just staying, going to the shores, because on this card, like it's everything related to water again. So it's like going to the shores and see the land that you have built, have gratitude, pause for a moment, and you will be able to know in which direction you're supposed to embark. Because this is the thing, you're embarking on a new journey. There's like new things for you coming up, but first you need to just like have gratitude for everything that you have seen, and then you jump into your boat and travel to new realms. There's also something about communication that has been passing through in your reality. Maybe like slowly reshifting the way that you communicate about yourself or the way that you present yourself to others. Maybe the words that you use, they're like very nice and everything, I don't know, but it's not you. Remember that special cookie inside of you, so communicate accordingly. If you're funky fresh, then communicate in a very funky fresh way. All right, they were saying like communication, like now it's also about like you need to communicate like slightly differently. Voila. Does it make sense so far? Round and crossed if possible.
Crossed or right flat? Yeah, uncrossed. I know. Yes. Okay.
And I'm going to ask you to not think about anything. All right. Don't think about anything. If you want to like have a vision in your head, you can see you and I. We're holding a big basket together, and we're just waiting for whoever wants to drop any information to drop information. I will ask you a question, but first, I need to ask you if you give me the permission to dive on a deeper level of your soul.
Yes.
All right. So you can close your eyes, you can open your eyes as you want. I'm going to do my little prayer, and then I'm going to give you a number. And with that number, you will give me the same amount of cards. Okay? Okay, you're going to give me 6 numbers from 1 to 10, and you can repeat the same numbers several times. Not 6 numbers, I'm sorry. You're going to give me 9 numbers.
From 1 to 10.
From 1 to 10, yes.
3.
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
9.
Yeah.
1.
Yeah.
8.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
10.
Yeah.
7.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah, it's good.
And there's one left?
No, it's good.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay, so there's really this thing inside of you which you really want to put out there in the world. I don't know. It seems like it's again. I'm back into your room, so it seems like maybe. Wait, I'm just asking because I'm oscillating between like the baby or project. I'm not quite sure. It feels like it's something quite big for you, and it's really big because you're it triggered a lot of fears inside of you, which is related to money. I feel like, do I have enough money? Do I have enough safety? Am I strong enough? Am I like, woof, there's a lot of things happening inside of my head. So I'm not sure, is it a baby that you're thinking?
Do you want me to share it with you?
Yes.
Yes. It's not a baby because I've had, I don't know how you call it, but I cannot have a baby. There's been clips on my uterus, so I don't want any children. I do not have any children. There's a fear of losing my children. So I decided I don't want any, but I'm starting my own business in hosting women's circles. And this is it, that what you're seeing, yes.
Wow. Okay, so now I also understand like the thing that I see with the womb and the birthing. Okay, it all makes sense, and it's really like it's a sort of also a mirror of things that happen in your life. You know, like you're scared of losing your children the same way that your parents were lost you. You know, like in your past life. Wow. Okay. All right. So this is it. First of all, there's this thing about like, again, making choices and directing where you want to do it. It feels like you're not certain where you want to do it in terms of spaces, location, because you're really called also to go abroad. This is your mind just trying to limit you in your possibilities. You have this infinite multiplicity of possibilities inside of you, but they also want you like you're meant for more than that. This is what they're telling me, like you're meant for more than that. It involves in a way like another kind of spirituality, like I have my third eye, which is really like extremely burning, vibrating in a way, and I have the feeling that you can, if you want, of course, you can be like a very good psychic. Just so you know, that psychic are people that can read through people. It's really the connection into this real world. You can be an amazing psychic only if you want to. It's almost saying like, this is not an obligation for you in this life. It can add a little topping, but if you don't want it, it's absolutely fine. But there's stuff in your life right now that you have to cut out. So there are still like hooks on you. There's still like, I can sense cords, energetical cords from you to other events. There's also one person, I can sense one person, and there's like things in the past too, and they're saying like now it's time to cut the cord. So if you want, and if you want to tap into your psychic and your third eye, this can help. It's not a solution, it's just like a sort of mini guidance for you. And whatever you have in mind, it's really meant to ascend. You're really going to build it the way that I see it in the image that you're giving me. It's a sort of pyramid. And each time you go deep down, each time your physical body is putting a brick on the pyramid. It's really beautiful the way that everything is mirroring inside of you and outside, obviously, like your past life and your reality, your multidimensional self. So whenever you go deep, poof, you're putting a new brick for that pyramid. You're building a pyramid in a way. So it involves a lot of people, it involves other. They're giving me one question that you can let it sink and introspect whenever you want. How far are you willing to let people in? How far, I don't know how to translate that question because it's light language. So it's really coming from a higher dimension, but the only word that I can translate is trust. So it's with that first question that I told you, it's strongly linked with your trust with others. Even like it's not even touching you, this word. It's like others. How much do you trust others? How much are you willing to let people in and build again that relationship, which sometimes will go up and down and up and down. I also see your mood really going up and down, your emotions really going up and down, and you're like, so tired of it, really tired of all this mood swings and energy swings, energy swings. That's probably when you receive the moon, to sign the moon, because it appears again, the thing with the moon. And there's something which is going to, I don't know, not no such thing as like fortune telling or predicting, but it feels like the moment you make peace with all of that and your emotions and the ocean inside of you, because you don't have much water actually in your charts. That is funny that they said water. They probably asked me to tell you to go back to the water because you don't have much water, except your North Node, which is in Cancer. And the moment you will just make peace with this ocean inside of you, because now I feel like an ocean, you know, like woof, it's very tumultuous. They will like send you little gifts, and you will be like, oh my God, this is out of nowhere. How did it happen? And you will try to find a reason, but there's no reason. It's just a gift from the universe saying like, keep going, kid. You're in the right direction. Keep going. So the thing for your business, I have 3 cards, which is really like right under you. It's the money, it's the birthing, and it's making decisions. So you really have to make a strong decision about really what you want to put there out there in the world. And it's almost like, yeah, choosing. It's okay. If you choose, you're not obviously losing. That's a hell of a crap Flemish quote, you know?
Yes.
And there's also money coming to you. Like there's this thing about the abundance and the prosperity around you. Like you really have the elevation. You really have the money, the birth, the spirituality. But there's still like these little things. It's funny because it's always the second card. So it's your emotion, your ocean, and it's your hooks for other things. They're still like blocking you a little bit. But you're about to flow, you know? You're about to flow. Wait, I'm just going to take 1 card on you again, because there's money on top of you. Yeah, there's a sort of so you're like you're this very rare flower in the middle of, I don't know, it almost feels like you took me in a place of like snow. So we're like on top of mountains. There's like, it's slippery, it's icy, it's frozen. And there's like this tiny little flower on top of it, on top of the mountains in the middle of the snow, who just like bloom out of nowhere. And people expected this flower to be white, but it's like multiple shades in it. There's like there's a lot of blue, there's a lot of green, there's also like red in it. And they're saying like, you are this flower. You're the one who's just like blooming in unexpected places. So let yourself bloom. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time, but it's coming. Be patient. And I know it's not easy for you to be patient. Do you feel that? Can you sense it? Can you already sense it coming? Because when I was talking to you in your aura, there was this thing that just like was really like, yeah, we know it's coming anytime soon.
Yes, it's coming anytime soon. Next week I have recordings for the podcast of Ik ze dragen sneakers.
Yeah.
Powers, and I think that's going to like,
yeah,
really set me off like a rocket. So it's been delayed, and I know it's been waiting for the right moment for me to be ready with my project that I want to set into the world.
And you will like put it out there in the world. And that's probably why they told me something about the communication, you know, because you're about to record a podcast which is going to launch your business that you really love, you know, it's a part of your soul. But that's probably why they were saying like your communication, how do you present yourself to others? Is it you, your truth, or is it like the way that you rob it? I think like for you, it's about being raw, you know, it's the rawness. It's about like just being your true self. I'm not sure if I said it, but it feels like, again, the word like, you gotta be funky fresh. This is who you are, you know? So yeah, don't wrap yourself up into what the world is expecting so right now, especially now with the Aquarius age.
Yeah, throw off the mask. Yes.
Exactly. So yeah, be confident about this baby that I have been feeling since the very beginning. It will bloom the way that you want it to bloom. And if you change it also along the way, it's also okay. Huh? They're also telling me you have to remind her that it's okay that things change. Like, because in your, I haven't told you that, but in evolutionary astrology, we look into the South Node and the North Node. And basically the South Node is your past life. It's everything that you have acquired in your past life. And your North Node is where you're called to go. It's the things that you're supposed to unfold in this life. And in this life, your North Node is in Cancer. So it's about women. It's about motherhood, sisterhood, village, loving people, loving yourself. So really it's building a shell that feels like home for you and other people. And your South Node is in Capricorn. So your lesson, everything that you have acquired in your past life, it's this strong instinct to survive, to to find a way to live in very complicated situations. When we come back to that past life that I have seen, it's you abandoned in the woods, this little girl alone who just made it through. You lost everything, but you made it through. You found a way to survive in this very complicated world. And that's the thing that you have been going after. And now they're saying okay, you master the art of surviving. You master also the art of living. But what about thriving? What about embodying all the beauty and the colors inside of you? That is why they're really pushing you to go into your heart. And that's probably why you have been through a lot of complicated relationships. Because it was always hoped to say this is really hurting your heart. So when are you going to honor it? You have to honor your heart and have reverence for yourself. The moment you do, the whole world is going to have reverence for you. So why was I talking about that? Final card, which is the card from the spiritual deck. And this card is a card which I call the spiritual hug. Basically, I ask for the final guidance from your spirit team. And you don't need to do anything, just to be with yourself. I will pull it, and usually I don't have to say much about it because it speaks on its own. So there is one thing the thing I remember now that I wanted to tell you when you were talking, I saw it in your aura. Be mindful about the people that you surround yourself with. And I'm not talking about a relationship at all. I'm talking about the people gravitating around your project and around your possibilities, And when I was receiving that message, I was like, yeah, but you need to give me more. And then the connection shut. And I pulled your card. And the card that I have for you, it's the card which is intuition. So basically, right when I wanted to ask your guys, yeah, but you need to tell me how you need to feel the people that are not good. I pulled a card which is called intuition. Again, it goes back to the keys. I see the keys, you already know where you're supposed to go, and you already know how to unblock the doors. You just need to go back to that place. Remember, the treasure box inside of your heart, it's already open. You don't even need to find all the keys. It's already open, just go there. Trust your deep intuition. Remember, you're really spiritual, you're very psychic. So you just need to follow that inner compass inside of you. If you don't feel someone, if someone feels a little bit off, trust it. Even if behind there's a really nice opportunity for your business. Okay?
Yes.
Because I feel like this is something that will like pop up also. Like, okay, you really want to like upgrade your business, but are you ready to sell your soul to the devil for it? You know, so there will be like these little triggers along the way. Intuition, like you're really extremely connected to it. Your choice again. But yeah, people, sense them.
Yes, I've been learning how to do that. So
Yes, it's a work in progress, right?
yes.
All right, my lovely.
Tell me one more thing.
Yes.
What about the magpies? The birds?
magpies. Ooh, I love this sign. It's a very witchy bird, and there's signs to it's about like not about birthing, it's not about fertility, it's more about like nice shiny things are coming, you know, it's about like that, you know, like prosperity and abundance is like it's everything, it's money, it's love, it's friendship, it's the nice stuff. But when a magpie arrives, it's more like, okay, good things are coming, but it's like good things are going to like really sparkle your soul for things that you love. So I don't know if you love jewels or if you love flowers or if you love shoes, then it will be like you will be able to treat yourself. It's a sort of like ding, we're coming with like rewards. You know?
Okay.
But if this is your sign also, and if it's the way that you see it, I know someone who just every time that a guide comes, it's a magpie, then try to connect to them because they're really birds for good fortune.
Yeah, for me, it feels like if I'm thinking something or doing something that's in alignment with my purpose, then they appear. To me, it feels like that.
So continue to like play with them also because that's, you know, like for you, it's like the sparkle of joy and the sparkle of like, yes, let's do it. So they appear, so keep on playing with that. But the water, there is something with you with the water too. One way or another, like you will find like it's maybe not proper water, like the liquids, but maybe it's just like, I don't know, pictures of oceans or pictures of surfing, whatever it is, you know, like something with water in a way.
Yeah, I love it. I love baths. I love going into jacuzzis. I love. We have a print of a little stream in the forest in our living room. I love water. Whenever we go on holiday, I would like a stream of water with like a little spring, and then the water just appears, and I absolutely love it. Yeah.
So yeah, keep on playing with your signs. Like you're guided, super guided. Also for the rest of the day, try to take it easy. There's a lot of things that have been passed through. Drink a lot of water if you can, just to help your soul process all the activation. Don't overthink this moment. Let it sink. Let it like flow into you like honey pouring into like all of your body. If you don't remember the words, then you can listen again to that recording. There's one thing is that I don't want you to remember the words. I want you to remember the feelings because that's how they communicate with us. I'm the translator and I try to find my best, but it's mostly feelings that they want you to remember. And if you have any questions in the future, don't hesitate to send me an email. I'm always super happy, even if it's about the soul reading. Keep in mind that I don't remember a single thing about your reading. So if you have a question, tell me you said this, and that, and then I can tap into it again.
Yes.
And yeah.
Can my guides help me with my cold feet? I really don't know what to do about it.
You have cold feet?
All the time.
Oh, but it makes sense. It's because your two first chakras are blocked.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why.
I have this meditation still waiting for me, something with a womb.
Yeah.
Relief, salvation stuff. So I should probably do that this afternoon.
Yeah, do that. Or maybe also Reiki. If you do Reiki, maybe someone can guide you through that. But it makes sense since your two first chakras are like handling a lot of stuff. So meditation about helping your two first chakras.
Okay, thank you.
All right. I wish you a lovely day and thank you so much.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye.
Voilà, dit was een stukje van mijn soul reading met Sophie van The Place. Ik hoop dat het jou heeft kunnen inspireren, misschien wel motiveren om zelf ook een afspraak te maken. Ik vond het ontzettend waardevol. Ik ben sindsdien nog meer gaan opletten op het maanteken waar ze het over had en andere kleine tekentjes. Ik vond het heel bemoedigend, geruststellend om te horen dat mijn gidsen er zijn en dat ik begeleid word. Ik maak zelf nog geen contact met hen, toch niet bewust. Ik krijg wel tekens in de vorm van getallen, veertjes, liedjes. Soms laten ze me lachen en dan geef ik wel altijd een teken van, ah ja, Fanny, of merci, of op die manier praat ik en communiceer ik er wel mee. Maar het is niet dat ik die echt al kan horen of zien. Ik weet dat er mensen zijn die dat wel kunnen, Sophie bijvoorbeeld, maar nog andere mensen waar ik de laatste tijd mee in contact kom. Dat is fantastisch. En ik zal wel zien hoe mijn pad verder gaat. Ik vond het echt een hele bijzondere ervaring. Ik wil dat zeker nog wel eens doen, maar ook niet te vaak, want er is nog zoveel. En het mooie is om te weten dat het eigenlijk altijd al in u zit. Dus dat je ook niet per se al die healings, readings, oefeningen, coaching nodig hebt. Gewoon leren vertrouwen op jezelf en dat dat allemaal al aanwezig is. En dat je daar contact mee kan maken door te verstillen en er aandachtig aanwezig te zijn in dit ogenblik, in het hier en nu, in dit moment. Heb je vragen? Stuur me gerust een berichtje. Dank je wel om te kijken en tot de volgende keer. Tada!